Hey, shalom, shalom, family. We out here, as you can see, we in Brooklyn, right over the water, Brooklyn Bridge Park. You can see the city, Lower Manhattan. You can see the South Street Seaport and all the beauty of New York City. We here, standing here with none other than my brother, King Malachi. We told y'all that we was gonna bring that extended interview, and here it is. How you feeling, my brother?
I'm excellent. Hallelujah. It's a blessing to be here. You know what I mean? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Um, I'm happy that we finally got to this moment. My brother King Malachi is in the building. He's actually in the city. He's been in the city for well over a month, and I took the opportunity to do this interview and to run around with him and do a couple of things. So let's start from the beginning, because in my interviews, I like to start basically from people's beginnings, how they started, where they're from, where they were born. So give us a little bit about your beginnings.
Okay, well, I was born in Stamford, Connecticut, and I went to Orangeburg, South Carolina as an armed baby. Grew up in Orangeburg, South Carolina. I joined a singing group in ninth grade called Finesse. And the way I got to New York is we was coming up here to get a record deal. So Kane got a deal in New York with Eric Sermon from EPMD, the legendary rap group. And the major distribution was through Steven Spielberg, who created Star Wars, etc.
Oh, wow.
You know, that was the major distribution. So, we got the deal through them, moved to Atlanta. And so now I'm here. I've been in Atlanta for about 20 years and putting a lot of work in down there. That was my base. I was always moving around. But, I've been to Africa, etc., Puerto Rico, all over, moving around. But now I'm here. It's like the Most High is moving me in a different way now. It's almost like feeling like when I was in a group again and I just jumped out the window like, okay, let me see what happened. I was actually working, at a warehouse in Atlanta, and I got laid off my job, and I had some money and stuff saved up at the time, and I was like, you know what? I'm about to just rewind the clock, and now because my kids live with their mothers, etc., I was like, you know what? Let me go try something different again. So I came back up to New York just to see what the Most High had for me. And so since I've been here, a lot has been jumping off shows, the reconnections with people who I've worked with in the past. I've gotten a video done already. So, and I just came back from Niagara Falls shooting that video, Niagara Falls and Buffalo and Rochester, New York. So it's like, man, things are just moving. It's so much that has happened. I mean, we got all day to talk about it. You know what I mean? It's just a lot. I just tried to speed it up.
Right.
Just
right,
now,
right,
yeah.
Right. So, in terms of your beginning, because you're a rapper, you're also a singer. When did you first discover that you had talent? Like what was the first thing that what was that first spark to make you understand, like, wow, I got talent? Or were you discovered? Did someone tell you that you had talent? When was the first time that you sang? Give us that little bit of that history.
Okay, the very first time I've sang on stage solo was in church at 7 years old. I was singing a song, He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hand. He got the whole world in his hand. 7 years old. And so that was my first time. I grew up in a church called William Chapel AME. I grew up as a Christian, but I got knowledge of self at 25 years old. When I moved to Atlanta, I ran into a teacher named Menachem on the streets of Atlanta, on the west side of Atlanta. I was staying on Oak and Holderness, literally around the block from H. Rap Brown. And so when that whole situation went down with him, when the shootout happened with the cops, etc., I was living literally around the block before he went to jail for life. So I was a part of that whole energy in the West End at the time, and that's when I came into the knowledge. I met my ex-wife, and I started performing at a spot called Apache Cafe. Okay. And at the time, it was called the Yin Yang Cafe. Like, we talking about, like, Andre 3000 from Outkast. We talking about everybody you could think of. I mean,
Ludacris.
Ludacris. We talking about Bone Crusher. People like Whitney Houston been in there.
What about
Bobby
Lil Jon?
Brown, Lil Jon. Everybody you could think of. India Ari started in there. Donnie. You know, just so many
Erica
people.
Badu?
Nah, she didn't start in there, but she used to come through there. You know,
Okay.
CeeLo Green, etc. And so, like for years, I've taking care of my family of performing in that particular spot as well, selling CDs, you know, at the various open mics. It's almost like no place I haven't performed in the city of Atlanta. From, you know, weddings, funerals, high schools, elementaries, outside parks, festivals, everything you could think of, you know, Club Blaze, all them spots I performed at, you know what I mean? So I was taking care of my family, you know?
right.
And so that's what it is. That's a part of my makeup. You know, I really come from the streets of Atlanta. I used to hustle in the streets of Atlanta. I've worked in the barbershop in Atlanta. You know, I've worked at Phillips Arena. I done been with popcorn up to my chest in Atlanta, popping popcorn, serving popcorn. I did it all, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
To feed my family. You
Right.
know, so it's a blessing, man. You know, as far as my knowledge, Menachem, I named myself at the time.
Yeah,
My
I wanted to ask you that question in particular because we know Malachi. Sometimes you say Malachi. You say that sometimes, but they call you. Everyone that I know calls you King Malachi. How did that come about? Do you feel like you're King Malachi, or how did that name come about? The name King Malachi, or the title as King in front of your name.
I honestly, my teacher name was Menachem. So because I write songs, Malachi means messenger, and it means angel, right?
Right.
So I was trying to get a name similar to my teacher, and at that time when I met my ex-wife, she was into Dr. Malachi Z. York and used to give me a lot of his books to read. So I wasn't deep into the Hebrew knowledge yet. I was still a baby, but I was just consuming. So I was like, man, I kind of got my name off of him a little bit as well. So between my teacher and Malachi York,
Right.
I took the name because it meant messenger.
Right.
How my name became King Malachi is they actually wrote that in the newspaper, in the Creative Lopin newspaper in Atlanta.
Okay.
They called me King Malachi, and they said King Malachi, the mayor of the underground showcase scene, right? So what happened was, it was various artists coming into Atlanta at the time named Malachi. So I was like, you know, I need to do something to separate myself from all these other Malachis coming into my market.
Right.
And so I was like, they already named me King Malachi, so I just ran with it. It wasn't like I'm trying to be the king, boom, 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 boom. It just happened like that. And then as far as me feeling like a king, my father really was a drug lord. I'm his only son. And like when my father passed away and I sang in his funeral, right? My uncle came up to me and he was like, your daddy was the king of this family. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, 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 talking like that, right? Yeah. He wasn't like he was the leader. Right. He was the prince. He didn't say nothing. He said, your daddy was the king of this family. I'm his only son out of 4 girls, right? So I was like, well, you know, I got to step up. So it ain't even had nothing to do with the Bible. Like in my real life, I was the son of a multi-millionaire, drug lord, entrepreneur, had 17, 18 wheelers, did big business. You feel what I'm saying? So it was like I've always been striving to live up to financially get at the status of my father and do great big business. It's just that the Most High touched me spiritually and made me a different individual as a Hebrew Israelite. Right. And so I'm on a different path from my father, but still financially, I want to get my bread up and everything on that level because I'm the son of this guy who's done such big and amazing things. And it wasn't just from the drug game. My father was an avid reader. Every time you see him, he like, what you read last? What you know what I'm saying? What did the book, what's the book about? And boom, 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 he was one of them. And my father died on me in the Mayo Clinic. He had cancer. He died in prison. He was doing a 12-year bid, but he died before he could come out. And so I remember going to visit my father in Rochester, Minnesota, right? And my father was on his deathbed, and at this time I had knowledge of self. I knew I was a Hebrew Israelite, knew he was as well, but my father was on the bed. He was like, we was talking. He was like, son, I don't know about God like that. Like, he was telling me he didn't have a connection with the Almighty. And it really brought tears to my eyes because I did. And I was like, it was sad. And it was like, I could see my pops was even though he was a gangster, he was scared. I could see he was scared and didn't know what was about to go on with his soul. So it just gave me that much more fuel and put that battery in my back to stay on my spiritual path and to take things spiritually, which is most important, to another level from my father. So I am my father, but the elevation of my father because I got the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding of the Yahweh Almighty.
How do you see the music that we call spiritual music or music for the Most High, for Yah? Where do you want that to reach to? Do you want it to cross barriers? Do you want it to get to the point where it crosses over? What's your vision for that music, for the music that you do and the other artists that do music the same way that you do?
Hopefully, the music can help unite the tribes. Hopefully, the music can help us break barriers of, I don't mess with that congregation, or I don't rock with them over there, boom, boom, boom. Like I use this analogy a lot. I'm not from the 1960s, right? But I watch movies like The Temptations, Five Heartbeats and stuff like that, James Brown movie. And I saw that when they grew up in the time of segregation and all of that, I seen how white folk would be on this side of the room and the black folk would be on this side. They'd literally have a rope in between the two crowds to separate the crowd, right? Because at that time, black people had to walk through the back door. They couldn't drink out the same water fountain as white folk, etc. So things were really separate, right? So I would see how the Temptations would be singing and performing, doing their thing. And by the time you get to the end of the show, the line been moved out the way, black and white folk dancing and moving around together. And I'm like, Now, they had a stronger prejudice than the Hebrew Israelites amongst each other. And I felt like if music could bring them together at times, like how it did, I'm like, how much more could it do for us? Because we might have certain little issues, certain congregations or leaders with one another, whatever, but it's not like that. That was way more deadly. People really died. That was life or death. So if the music had the power to heal and bring communities together and so forth, and have people who ordinarily wouldn't speak, be in each other's homes, ride on the tour bus together, play in the band together. If they could do it, I'm like, wow, maybe this music could help unite some things. And you know what? It has started uniting things. People have been reaching out to me. It's crazy because I'm a Torah-only Hebrew, right? I only rock with Genesis to Malachi, but the way my spirit moves, I don't judge other people. I'm just happy that, like, say if you're a Hebrew who's a New Testament Hebrew as well, I'm just happy you got the knowledge of Yah, right? I'm going to let Yah do what he do in time. We'll all know what the true truth is in Yah's time. Right now, I just want to kick it with my brother. I feel like I'm at this big family reunion, and it's like, I didn't grow up in this way of life, so I'm just excited to meet everybody, see everybody, and I see all these dividing lines, and I'm like, I gotta break that. I gotta break that. Like, I gotta break that. I gotta do everything I can to break it. And see, the thing about me is I grew up in a town that I'm not initially from by blood, right? And so, I've always, not trying to say I'm this and I'm that. I've always been an athlete. I always could flip, dance, always had fame since a little kid. So it was like, I always, got girls and all of that. So, dudes ain't like me. It was certain dudes who was confident in themselves, who was already like knowing that they was that too. We was cool. And then some of us beef together too. That's just the nature of the game, right? But I've dealt with not being liked and people trying to chump you off, talk bad. So me coming into this way of life and people being funny is nothing new to me, and it won't stop me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm built for this. I'm built to come to help strive to unite us. You understand what I'm saying? And ain't no leaders can stop me. Ain't nobody can stop me. Ain't nobody my king. Ain't nobody my governor. Ain't nobody made me King Malachi. God, Yahweh made me what I am. Ain't no elder was like, yo, you a chief, you a prince, you a this, you a that. Nah, I got my knowledge out the streets, literally from almost a bomb. Literally. You feel me?
Right.
So I don't come from no big, huge organization, no none of that. I'm literally out the mud, out the streets with this, and that's why I ain't tripping on the politics that everybody else is dealing with. It don't even apply to me. Like, I don't even see it. I'm blind to it. Like, it don't even faze me when I get to hearing ones like, nah, whoop, 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 I don't rock with them, or whoop, 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 whoop. I'm like, bruh, I ain't even here for that. Like, I ain't on none of that y'all talking about right now. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't on none of that. I'm only here to unite, heal, save people through knowledge, wisdom, understanding of Yah Almighty. Right now, I ain't even making music right now if it's not helping, healing you in some kind of way, whether it be knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yah or your relationship. That's why you've been seeing me lately as well, making more R&B music, this, that, and the third, because I can't even let Israel stop me, because Israel got a lot of issues and problems with one another. So I have to get out here and make my R&B because I've been on that before I got in it. It's just that I don't make lustful R&B. You see what I'm saying? I make music that still Hebrew Israelites can cross over and follow me on this path as well. Because I ain't talking like, you know, what I'm doing to a woman in the backseat of the car. Nah, it's straight love music. You feel what I'm saying? And the Hebrew Israelites is a marriage-oriented lifestyle. So I came to help with a lot of that as well, for real.
So right now, who are the artists on in your radar in the community? Who are the artists
Hebrew Israelite
yeah
artists?
that are on your radar right now?
Man, I'm loving Shem Levy, Low Key Levy, As the Dawn. I'm loving Zaire Benyamin. I'm loving Lena. She doing her thing. Like, those just like off my head. I'm digging Yehuda Gang. You know, it's a few of them out there. Right. But those like ones off the top of my dome, like without me even thinking hard about it, bam, I'm rocking with them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they raw. All of, I mean, like the whole Prince of Paul camp, like his sons, like his family, his bloodline is a very, they're like one of the most talented bloodlines in all of Israel. So it's like, it's a blessing to be working with them, doing songs, and been knowing Prince of Paul for at least 18 years now. You know, I've worked with his other son, from down in Atlanta, Yashuvel. You know, it's so many of them. So I've done work with Yashuvel over the years. You know, it's just a blessing, man. Prince Nat, Hero. So it's like, man, like, and those who I'm rocking with right now, you know what I'm saying? That whole squad right there. Like I said, Lena, she go hard, she sing, rap out of Cincinnati. I like Cypher 360 out of Cincinnati as well. That's my guy. That's my guy. Salute to all them artists I named just now. Salute to all y'all. I'm going to tell y'all too, we got to get more videos coming, y'all. I'm going to tell you like this. You know, I don't hold no punches. Right now in the Hebrew Israelite world, we are losing right now to the secular world. Lil Baby, Future, and all them got our kids right now. That's because they're consistent and got big business behind them. That's why in Israel we can't afford separation right now. We already losing out here because you hearing them artists all on the radio. They got 1 million videos. They doing shows every night of the week damn near. So what we doing? You feel me? We got to turn up. We need more concerts going on. We just need more unity. Shabbats jumping off. Yo, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm here to get at y'all, man. We about to turn up. Oh, I'm talking about this to the death for me. Till they put the dirt on me. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I ain't came to play with y'all folk, man. We gon' get it together. And I ain't looking for nobody to be perfect. A lot of Hebrews got to stop, you know what I'm saying, looking for one another to be perfect. Like, ain't none of y'all connections perfect. And where I go, I see something I don't like, or I see something I love. So it's like, man, let's just rock. Stop being so judgmental. I've studied the nations of gods and earth. Christianity. I went to Catholic school. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of realms of different knowledge. I've been around the Egyptologists and so forth, and the Muslims, the Islamics, all of them, Sunni, all of that. And it's like we are the most divided group on earth. Out of the Jah Rastafarians, everybody. So I'm telling you, the sad thing is we really got the real knowledge, but we don't have this. And without this, it's going to be hard to do business, get bread together, and do just a lot of mighty feats. We need money. We need bread. So we got to have unity, because when you see the Jewish people in like, I live right now, I'm staying in Williamsburg, like at the bottom of Bed-Stuy, going into Williamsburg, into like a Hasidic Jewish community. And it's like everybody, I'm not saying that we supposed to all dress the same. We're flavorful people, so I'm not going to say that. But I see the power in their unity. Man, we got to take something out these folk playbook. We got to take something out of the Mexicans playbook with their unity, man. It's all about unity. Nothing else y'all talking about right now don't hold no weight to me, don't mean nothing to me. If y'all ain't talking about unity and let's get together and let's rock out, I don't even see it. That's where I'm at.
So in closing, because the weather looked like it cooperated with us for about 30 minutes, in closing, what do you have to say to the community, to your fans, to everyone out there?
First and foremost, all praises due to the Most High Power, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, and the mighty King David. I love y'all. When I tell y'all I love my people, it's deeper than my music. This is who I am every day of the week. This thing is burning inside me. I appreciate all the support. Make sure that y'all go by the new Hebrew Cultural Center online called leadmetozion.com. That's my new store. You'll be able to get your fringes. I'm working on getting y'all garments like these, the whole nine, natural soap, everything, paintings, earrings, you know, stuff that got to do with Hebrew culture. I want to be that Hebrew Walmart for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Stop by, cop something. Let's keep it going. I'm going to take this money. I want to take a portion of my bread, help feed the homeless. You know what I'm saying? Just give back to this community, do shows. Because we can't keep being out here with our hand out. So I don't want to be out here with my hand out. So that's why I'm coming with products and different things for y'all to be able to support, so that I can take this bread and brilliantly find ways to build us up. Period. That's where I'm at. I thank y'all. I love y'all. It's been 24 years now for me in this walk of life, and I appreciate all the elders, all the kids who sing my songs, all the people in the mid-range. Man, I salute y'all, salute y'all, salute y'all. You ain't got to be Mr. Perfect, Miss Perfect with me. I love y'all. I'm right here. I ain't perfect. I don't care what this garment look like. I don't care what these fringes look like. I still got work to do on myself. I ain't perfect, man. I'm just here to get it in with y'all. Salute to my elders. Salute to the people in the middle. Salute to the babies. King Malachi forever.
You wanna leave them with a song?
Jerusalem, I will never forget thee, home of the mightiest army, home of the mightiest temple, built by King Solomon of Judah. Woo! Abraham, his grandpa, Isaac and Jacob, who dwelled in the land of Canaan, wearing little raiment. David be the house of King Mendawad, be the chosen Messiah, father of King Josiah, who did what was right in the sight of the Most High. I, mighty King Yahweh, master of all the planets, the one who blew breath in Adam, the one who chose Moses and Aaron to start the Levitical priesthood, Zion with the highest of priesthood, Zion, throne of David, yeah. King of Judah, yeah, land of the lion, lead me to Zion, throne of David, yeah, King of Judah, land of the lions, hey!
My brother King Malachi.
Hallelujah! Praise the mighty Yah!